Wife, mother, hero. That's how everyone describes Brandy Hall.
Brandy was really dedicated to being a firefighter. She loved her job. She loved helping people and doing things for people.
Her mother, Debbie, says the only thing she loved more than being a firefighter, being a mom to Clay and Taylor.
Anytime she was on duty at the fire department, she would call them every night, say a prayer with them.
I pray the Lord my soul today.
One hot, swampy August night, Taylor wrote about it in her diary moments after talking to her mom.
Dear diary, now I lay me down to sleep.
Then just 24 hours later, young Taylor made this chilling entry.
Dear diary, something terrible has happened today. My mom, Brandy Hall, went missing.
Brandy Hall grew up in rural Florida. Her sister Kim says she was the quintessential tomboy, happier on four wheels than high heels.
She liked airboats, she liked to go fishing, she liked to go hunting. She was just very adventurous.
At the young age of 20, Brandy lands a job at the Palm Bay Fire Department. Soon after, she meets and falls in love with Jeff Hall, a fire chief from nearby Osceola County. And a few years later, the pitter-patter of little feet.
So she loved being a mom?
Yes, definitely. She loved them, adored them.
Life is good for Brandy, but then something happens that rocks her world. Her husband, Jeff, is arrested for growing and selling marijuana. He pleads guilty and testifies Brandy knows nothing about the operation. But with the grow house on joint property, they charge Brandy too.
She had a perfect family, and then it got turned upside down. She didn't know what was going to happen. She was scared for her children and herself.
The charges against Brandy are dropped a few months later, but the Palm Bay Fire Department doesn't want anything to do with the scandal. And after 11 years of exemplary service, Brandy's fired.
How tough was it on her to lose her job because of her husband's business?
Yeah, it upset her.
But tough as nails, Brandy is determined to get her life back on track and finds work as a welder. Then a few months later, gets a volunteer position at the Malabar Fire Department.
How was she handling the difficulties she was facing?
She was a strong person. She was just dealing with it, trying to make everything be as normal as possible.
With her husband about to be sentenced and Jeff facing 3 years behind bars, Brandy asks her former boss and close friend, Captain Randall Richmond, for a favor. She wants him to be a character witness for Jeff, hoping for leniency.
How much did you know about Randall Richmond?
They were just best friends. They were just best friends.
On the eve of Jeff's sentencing, Brandy is working a late shift. This is actual security footage from inside the firehouse that night.
Did everything seem okay with her? Was there anything that was off kilter about her demeanor?
I mean, her husband was getting ready to go to court and stuff like that, so I know there was some struggle there.
Jeff wants to spend his last few free hours with the kids, so Brandy arranges to meet him at the courthouse when her shift ends at 7 a.m. But later that night, Brandy tells a fellow firefighter she's not feeling well, and she's heading home. Security cameras outside catch Brandy's dark green pickup truck leaving the parking lot at 10:50 p.m. Tragically, Brandy never makes it home or to the courthouse.
It wasn't like her not to be where she was supposed to be in the first place. And we just couldn't figure out where she was at. And it's like it was just so strange.
By 8 a.m., Jeff is frantically calling Brandy and anyone who may know where she is.
But he continued to try calling her. He continued to try calling other friends, other family members, her parents, to see, hey, have you heard from Brandy? Have you heard anything? I'm about to go into court. Okay, I'm walking in the courtroom right now.
And then Jeff gets the call. But lead detective on the case, Ernie Debo, says it's not from Brandy. It's her friend, Fire Captain Randall Richmond.
He got a call from Randall, who's crying and saying that he can't come to court. And when Jeff asked Randall, do you know where Brandy is? He hangs up.
As Jeff is sentenced to 18 months in jail and led away in cuffs, on the other side of town, a troubling clue to Brandy's whereabouts surfaces in a lake.
What happened was a person was fishing in a lake, a small retention pond, and he hooked some bunker gear. So he brought the bag with the bunker gear into a local fire department, which was right around the corner from there, figuring maybe they lost it in training or something.
They realize it's Brandy's equipment, so they go back to the pond and they start searching.
Just understand that everything from the concrete back is a crime scene.
Police immediately noticed something suspicious along the water's edge.
There was some marks on the bank. It was like something might have, some tree pushed down, so they sent divers in and discovered her truck.
The water is so murky, divers can't see through the windows. So they slowly tow the truck onto the bank, and when they open the door...
No Brandy, but there was some blood in the truck. There was blood on the floorboard. There was like a mat pocket was full of blood. There was even some blood on one of the seats. Some people think that due to the amount of blood in there that she was dead.
If Brandy was murdered, where's her body? The only logical place is in the lake. So they begin to drain out every ounce of water.
We came out with a team of cadaver dogs and search teams and searched the whole area.
But there's no Brandy and no clues.
How do you find her vehicle and you find her belongings, but we can't find her? That's something I think about every single day.
5-year-old Clay and 10-year-old Taylor are now without a father for a year and a half, and their mother is missing. Taylor writes this journal entry.
Dear Diary, there was no reason to hurt her. My brother, Dad, and I loved my mom so much.
What did you think had happened to her?
Just that's what we want to know is what is going on? Where is Brandy?
Police want to know that too. They immediately focus on her disgraced husband, Jeff, sitting in jail. But something doesn't add up.
Why would he kill his wife on the night when he's leaving and going to leave his kids without a parent?
So police begin questioning Brandy's closest friends, including Captain Randall Richmond.
He came into the police department and said, I haven't seen her, talked to her in a couple weeks, don't know where she is, and kind of a very small, minor conversation.
But the captain's story goes up in smoke when detectives check Brandy's phone records the night she went missing.
She received a phone call from Randall Richmond. It lasted about 10 minutes. And after that, no one saw her, heard from her, no more phone calls, nothing.
Police call Captain Richmond back in for questioning. And this time he tells a story that may bust the case wide open.
And what did you think of his story?
It's not a good story. To me, it looks like a story where he's covering up something.
Next, the secrets we uncover about the captain and Brandy Hall.
Now, Randall told the cops that he and Brandy had a brother-sister relationship.
So brothers and sisters don't have the kind of relationship that Brandy and Randall had.